Welcome back, everyone. With everything costing so much more nowadays, we'll take any relief where we can get it. So Matt Schulz, author of Ask Questions, Save Money, Make More, How to Control Your Financial Life, joins us now with money saving tips. And so I want to start off. Thank you so much for joining us, by the way.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about like the easiest tip you can give just to the everyday consumer. What would that be?
Well, one of the easiest is that you can oftentimes lower the interest rate on your credit card by just calling your credit card issuer and asking. A lot of people don't realize that you can do that, but a LendingTree survey showed that about 3 out of every 4 people who ask for a lower interest rate on their credit card get one. And the best way to do it is to find an offer that maybe in your email or snail mail or online and say, hey, I just found this offer for this card that is giving me a 21% interest rate. Mine's at 25. Can you lower it?
Wow. And so a lot of people might be intimidated when it comes to asking those questions. What is your advice gaining that confidence to advocate for yourself?
Yeah, some of it is just about getting your reps in and doing it and going through that experience. But one thing that I always recommend is role playing with a trusted friend or relative. So you get somebody who you trust and know well to say, to walk through that conversation with you. One time they do it where everything goes perfectly, then maybe another time where they throw a couple of curveballs at you. That stuff can really help.
So let's talk a little bit about this book. What inspired you to go ahead and put all of these lessons into this book?
Well, what really inspired me was in my job at LendingTree, where I talk about money and people's behaviors and that sort of thing all the time. I see all of these things that people can do that they don't realize that they can do that doesn't take much. Like I said, calling about a credit card interest rate or a late fee, or even stuff like negotiating with a contractor or a handyman. And so much of this stuff isn't that hard, and it all comes down to people needing to change their mindset, that they need to understand that a lot of businesses view you in terms of your lifetime value. So the longer you stick around, the longer you're a customer, the more money they make off of you, so they need you as much as you need them.
For someone that is, maybe our younger audience, and they're maybe about to graduate college and they're worried about the economic state, right? What is a piece of advice you give to your younger self when it comes to saving and just being more financially aware?
Yeah, the single best thing that you can do is live beneath your means. Heaven knows it's easier said than done most of our lives, but it really is the important thing. And if you are somebody who has debt and you're wondering, should I focus on savings or should I focus on debt? The answer is that if you can, you should do both, because once you get that debt paid down to zero, if you have some savings left, it means that that next emergency trip to the vet or flat tire won't just have to go back on your credit card and put you in that cycle of debt again.
That is a good point there. Let's talk a little bit about people's opportunities to come and meet you today. You have a book signing happening?
Yeah, I'm going to be signing copies of my book at the Barnes & Noble at the shops in La Cantera from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock today, and I hope everybody comes out.
And one last thing, just with this book, what is the big takeaway you hope, if anything, that people get from reading your book?
The big takeaway is that you have more power over your money than you realize. And that's true whether it comes to your credit card company, mortgage lender, or even your significant other or your elderly parents. There are so many things that you can do and so many ways that you can save money and earn a little bit more if you're willing to ask.
Matt, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate all the tips that we can get. Bringing me back to Maggie, we were talking a little bit earlier. Anytime we can talk about money saving tips, we are fans of that.